In this video, we're going to kind of show you some of the processes of how we build smokers. A lot of times we'll use a propane tank for the bigger ones or trailer mounted. These ones are going to be some cart models for our store. We started off with a 20-foot stick, a Schedule 10 24-inch pipe. We cut it down into size. We have a big roller that we bring it in on, and we set it so we can roll the pipe and just continue to cut it. Before we cut it, we put a good center line all the way down the 20-foot stick of pipe, and then we do it into quarters all the way around, and that's what gives us our layout when we're doing the rest of the smoker. We have the top, bottom, left and right side marked all the way down the pipe and painted on. Once we have it all cut up, we put it on these smaller rollers in order to weld the end caps on, so that way you can just continually roll it and weld all the way around. We do our layout for our cart. Right off of that center line, we mark bottom, weld our cart on, drill our hole, put our drip tube in for the grease. Then we stand it up. Once we get it stood up, we lay out our door. And again, everything is off of those marks. We transfer them onto the end caps so we can lay out our hopper box on this one's going to be a pellet grill, or we can lay out our smoke collector or our fire box on either end. We take the layout, we cut the door we use a Hilti grinder with a cutoff wheel. It's cleaner for us. It's hardly any grinding at the end. There's no slag. It doesn't apply a lot of heat to the door, so hopefully it doesn't warp out too much. We leave the corners still intact, so that way we can weld the hinges on, weld the handle on, and then we'll finish cutting out those corners and have the door. Once we have the door done, we'll cut the holes for the collector, the smokestack, firebox, or pellet hopper. The cart's already done because we did it when it was upside down. Then all that's left is the grate work inside. It goes pretty fast from here. This is one that we're finishing up today. Thermostat bungs on, door trims on, firebox, smokestack with your smoke control. We use the cutoff from this firebox to make our collector on this smoker, just trying to use all the parts and pieces. The top and the bottom cap are actually the cutoffs from the firebox holes. Once it's all done up, there's your grates, upper grate, full lower grate. This door kind of bowed out a little bit, so we took a bar clamp, squeezed the door closed again, and put these stabilizer bars in just so it would get a pretty nice tight seal on it. This is what our firebox looks like. Nothing fancy. A pinwheel damper, pretty simple handle, charcoal tray that is removable. Our smoke box, our firebox is a little bit bigger than 1/3 of our chamber. It just makes it look better. There's a couple different calculators out there, but rule of thumb, 1/3 or a little bit bigger. It doesn't need to be 50 feet out here. The smokestack doesn't need to touch the ceiling. This thing will draft well, and then you just control it with your dampers in and out in order to control your heat on the smaller ones.
tank so we can apply the linseed oil so we don't have to worry about any rust or corrosion.
I think I've seen it advertised that that's high performance clear coat.
Some have said that.
Just some simple boiled linseed oil. We heat the tank to about 350 degrees and then we'll hand apply it with a rag. We'll do the cart and everything, not the wheels. Alright guys, well here is the finished product between the pellet grill and the offset. Both turned out pretty good. They're heavy. So the offset on this one, we just got expanded metal grates. We also do stainless steel grates. We do full upper racks. We have a couple options for front shelves. It can be a expanded metal front shelf, or we can be cladding it with stainless steel. We got a couple options on the firebox. We use this one as kind of a warmer. It non-insulated, flat top shelf warmer. If you're brave enough, you can use it as a grill. Our other option would be an insulated firebox, and that will end up being square. We have a couple of options for wheels. We do golf cart wheels. We do tier 1, we call it, which is just kind of a black rim, and then the tier 2, which is a lower profile golf cart wheel with the chrome and the black, brushed aluminum, what have you. The pellet grill, pretty simple little item. It's a pellet hopper we get from Smoke Daddy out of Chicago. This is their Pellet Pro version, which is the American-made pellet hopper. They also do an upgraded PID controller that is also made in America that is Wi-Fi capable. This one is a non-Wi-Fi version because we don't want to be bothered by notices. So on the pellet hopper, or on the pellet grill, they're a little quicker to build because you don't have all the firebox and the collector. Same thing, expanded metal grates. You can do stainless steel grates, same shelf options. Both of these are linseed oil finished, and you can get them. We can do them in powder coat. We can do them in high temp paint. Options are pretty endless. On the pellet grill, we do kind of a floating larger shelf just so it's easier to get that drip pan out of there, because we do a great big full-size drip pan, so we can't have the shelf brackets in the way. Just simply locks in, locks out. Works pretty easy. Not a lot of NASA involved in it. That's that. Cheers.